right? I talk in the book about Jacob Robinson, who's picture flashed up there, who worked for the state of Israel for many years, long enough to earn a pension, and but never became a citizen and lived in New York after the war, and then was recruited to come here and work on the prosecution of the trial and help Hausner design it. And he felt very strongly, Jacob Robinson, that this was a victory for global justice and for the Jews, right? We've done something that needed to happen for the world. And then, of course, there was much criticism. Why is Israel doing it? Because you don't have the legal connection to this person. And his response was interesting. His response was basically, if there was an international court, that would be fine, but there isn't. And by the way, I tried to create one after the war on behalf of Israel, and the great powers were not interested in it. So we're stepping in, which is of course the way international justice is set up to be able to be done, and this is good. So we're advancing international justice, and we're doing it as Jews, and that's a success. And of course he got into big arguments about that. That moment, though, is still an interesting moment because, as Laura and I have talked about, he's present at the trial, and you can go on YouTube and I think watch the entire trial, and he never once speaks. And he sits there. The attorneys, prosecutors sit there. And I know from relatives of his, he actually interviewed Eichmann and did a lot of hands-on things, but he never speaks at the trial because he felt it isn't right for me to speak because I'm not a citizen of the state. It's an interesting moment of sort of, he's very proud about the achievement, but he still hasn't found a way to voice himself into it. So he's kind of, it captures something about, both the achievement of it and still this challenge about exactly what will be the way in which the Jews around the world, but beyond the pride and identification, what will they actually relate to this state as? How will they do it? He doesn't think that's a tension. He doesn't think that's a taboo or a violation, but it's kind of almost like a psychological and emotional question that lingers.
It's interesting because also in Nuremberg, the Jews were there.